Hi everyone, Brent back with another video from BC Dubs. Happy to be bringing you guys another video today. Super excited to announce I was able to get my interview done. I've been talking about it on some previous videos with the owner of CyberStage Games here in Lakeland, Florida. Was able to get that done today. That video is actually up in my video feed. Go check it out. It was my very first interview. It's something that has been laid on my heart that I want to do. And before I go any further, I want to give thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Before I forget, I noticed I put a couple of videos up and I forgot to mention that. Shame on me, but super proud of that interview today, and took a lot. I'm an introvert by nature, and part of this whole thing for me is to try to get out of myself. I know I've been bringing a lot of vinyl review videos and music review videos of late, and I didn't, want to get pigeonholed into that. So I was able to get that done today, and I'm super proud of it. Anyway, been really happy the way the channel's been going. The support's been great. If you guys find this type of content enjoyable, please, it really helps me out a lot. Leave a like, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel with notifications on. I'm bringing new video each and every day. Some of it is watchable, some of it may not be. But I'm really trying to get the support up for this channel so I can bring more great content. So, the video today, it's funny, I'm just talking about not getting pigeonholed into this, but it's something I'm passionate about, so it's easy for me to talk about, is another original vinyl record video. Got a call today. I had to work this morning, got a call today on my way back from work. My father-in-law said, hey man, you got to get over here. This guy's got a ton of vinyl, and was able to go over there and pick it up. Really, really cheap. We're talking about $4 to $1 per album. Have been looking some of this stuff up on Discogs since I've been back. Shout out to my guy on YouTube, Noble Records. I'm learning a lot about vinyl collecting from him and what's worth value, what's not worth value, what to look for, what not to look for. Everybody thinks because they get an original 1974 album that's in good to fair condition, it's worth $500, $200, $100, and it's really not the case. It depends on the condition, the album jacket, the vinyl record itself, and the condition that is in. The sleeve, the record sleeve, is everything original in the album? Is it a sealed album? Is it a first pressing or 21st pressing? Was it pressed overseas? Is it an export? I know a lot with a lot of the older records, they recorded some of those in mono. Is it a mono record or a stereo record? And all these things matter. So yeah, thanks again to Noble Records for putting out the great content on YouTube for a novice like me to be able to watch and go out and see what to look for. Anyway, without further ado, I'd like to show you guys a few of my pickups from today. So, not a big fan of this band, but it is a recognizable band, and my father-in-law picked this up for me, not today, but the other day he called me and they had one. It was a really clean copy. This is a live Chicago album. Sorry about the glare. It's a live Chicago record. It's in really great shape. Give it a listen to sometimes. I'm not a big fan of horn and music unless maybe it's jazz. Speaking of jazz, and I do recognize this artist, and I didn't have any music with this artist. Really was hoping to find an original album of this particular artist out in the wild, and was lucky enough to come across one today. A lot of people that I respect in the music industry, producers, other musicians, talk about this artist and how phenomenal this artist is. Not my cup of tea. I'm a hard rock guy, but I respect what I respect. And if you're good at your craft, I'm going to give you an opportunity and give you a listen. And the older I get, the more my mind, I'm opening up my mind. And this particular album and this particular artist I'm talking about is none other than Joni Mitchell, The Hissing of the Summer Lawns. And sure enough, I put this in. It's fantastic. Her voice is just fantastic. The music is fantastic. The recording of it is just great. I think I'm really going to enjoy Joni Mitchell, and who knows, it may take me backwards to start trying to discover some jazz. But really enjoyed the first half of that album. Put it in when I about an hour ago before I started recording this video, and let the first half play and lighten every song on it. Okay, next up, from our hard rock fans, such as myself, and hopefully people that are watching this channel, found this today. And this record actually has some value in comparison to what I paid for it. Paid $4 for this today. And it is, I think this is the first Rush album, 1974. Before Neil Peart. But yeah, Rush. Has Working Man on here. It's a good, clean copy. So happy to find this out in the wild today. Now, I mentioned in the beginning of the video that, you know, some things and some telltales to look for to see if you can get an album and it'd be worth a ton of money when you go home. And I thought I had found a gold mine today. And looked this album up about 30 minutes ago on Discogs before I started recording the video. And unfortunately, it doesn't have that much value. This is a fair copy, number one. Number two, I heard in a lot of other videos that if it's a mono recording, it could hold a lot of value. And this particular record is a mono recording, but there were a lot of these pressed. And this is Out of Our Heads, the Rolling Stones. It's got Satisfaction on there. But you can see here, mono. And then another thing, it says London here. Now, I don't know. Leave a comment down in the section below, and you guys can let me know. Is that special to this album? Because I was looking up on Discogs, and I didn't see that London on the bottom of it. Now, this was pressed in America, but on the album cover, I didn't see a lot of copies, or I don't think I saw any copies with London on the bottom of it. Let me know if this is a rare copy or not. Please, help me out. This is another band kind of like Chicago I'm not that big into, but every time I go through a collection, one of these albums is in there, so I thought, man, I might as well grab one for my collection. I'm not trying to collect just to collect. I am trying to boost up my, collection just in general in the beginning before I start seeking out specific records that I really want to get my hands on, just so I can have stuff to listen to, And this is Crosby, Stills, and Nash. For all my yacht rock fans, no record collection is complete without some Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Now this, on the other hand, was a great find today. It is a best of album, but it is an original pressing of a best of album. And you can't be a fan of hard rock without recognizing what these guys did for the genre. And this is, the best of Deep Purple Citation series. Yeah, man. I mean, haven't had a chance to put this in. It's in really good condition. Can't wait to give this a listen. Saw this today, had to grab it up because, you got to have some of this group in your collection. And this is original motion picture soundtrack from the movie Help from the Beatles. And it's got some really good songs on here if you like the Beatles. I mean, it's got Help, The Night Before, You've Got a Ticket to Ride. So yeah, funny enough, Camden, the CNBC Dubs, he loves the Beatles. So saw that, picked it up for him. Who'd have thought? 10-year-old loving the Beatles. Man, must have saw it on some video game somewhere. Now, talking about this group in a previous video, really respect this group a lot. Really love this group a lot because of what it meant to my mother. My mother listened to this band all the time. I have a really clean copy of their one of their albums called Golden Biscuits. This is another album of theirs, and it's Three Dog Night Harmony. Yeah, man. I don't know if Three Dog Night put out a bad song or an unearworthy song. It's just great all the way around. Love Three Dog Night. So this next album for me personally is kind of controversial in the fact that I was 15 minutes into recording a video and I held this album up to the camera and there was a no-no on the front of it and I was afraid that YouTube might pull it down or pull the video, so I had to stop and start re-recording. And I'll show the back of the album because there's some art on the front that I don't think YouTube would appreciate very much. And this is Woodstock. This is a reissue of the original Woodstock. I guess it got in the hands of another publisher and they reissued it, but it's got Joan Baez, Crosby, Stills and Nash again, Jefferson Airplane, whom I really like, Jimi Hendrix, double LP, Woodstock Part 2. I guess it was a 1 and 2, obviously. So that's Part 2. Just a basic Peter Frampton record. Should have checked this one out before I bought it. I only paid $1 for it though, thank goodness. But this thing is chewed up. Let me show you guys. I looked at a couple of them as I was buying them. I was like, oh, these are in great condition. And so I don't need to look through the rest of them like an idiot. But for $1, you know. But man, this thing is just, let's look at that scratch. It's the back. I mean, I don't even know if this thing's gonna play. Probably won't leave it in my collection. Might give it away to one of my nephews or something. See if they want to do something with it. But yeah, Peter Frampton. Bear with me. Okay. Santana. Love the album art. Cool record. Original Santana album. You can't go wrong with Santana. Guitar virtuoso. Everybody knows about Santana. Saw this in the collection. Had to pick it up. Pretty good shape. Now this next one, unfortunately, won't be staying in my collection. You guys have maybe heard me mention this fella's name in the past, on past videos. Steve Baez. And he's given me some records. Saw this today. Figured I'd show it in the video, but it's going to be on his desk at work on Monday morning. And this is, he's a Parrot Head. Jimmy Buffett, Volcano. I mean, this album is just in great shape. And I know he's going to be super stoked to get it. And it's the least I can do for my boy Steve. I heard the guy I mentioned, Noble Records, talk about this band. Never really gave this band a listen, but saw it today. It's a pretty decent condition, so I picked it up. The Johnny Van Zant Band. So yeah, rock and roll, had to grab it. Big fan of this guy though. Hit after hit after hit after hit, kind of like Steve Miller. You know, everything that guy put out was a hit, and I kind of feel the same way about this guy. And this is a live album, so really interested in hearing it. This is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Nine Tonight is the name of the album. It's a 2 LP live record, and I mean everything's on here. You'll Accompany Me, Hollywood Nights, Old Time Rock and Roll, Main Street, Against the Wind, The Fire Down Below, Her Strut, We've Got Tonight, Night Moves, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, and Let It Rock. I mean, I'd go see him tomorrow if he came to Tampa or Lakeland. Bob Seger. Now, one of my favorite older songs of all time is on this record. Don't know much about the full album, but know this song. They have two songs I really enjoy, and this is number 1 for me. And I'm talking about, this is Golden Earring Cut, and the song, of course, that I'm talking about is Twilight Zone. So I think when I get done making this video, I'm gonna put this in, Golden Earring Cut. Happy to have that in my collection. Next, everybody's familiar with this band. Yeah. Bachman Turner Overdrive. There's a few songs I like by them. I like them enough to put them in my collection as an original pressing rock and roll record. And last but not least, my father-in-law picked this up for me as well. I don't know if anybody knows who this is. I didn't initially, when he was talking about this, when he was picking this up for me, I told him to grab it. And it's worth a shot. I think he paid $2 for it at a thrift store. This is the Best of Bread. I didn't know that they had enough albums out to even have a best of, but this is the Best of Bread. And one song that everyone may recognize from this album is Baby, I'm Gonna Want You, Baby, I'm Gonna Need You. That's Bread. This is them. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, leave a comment down below. Where do you guys find your albums at? And what are you hunting for out in the wild to complete maybe your collection? And what are some good places to go to find albums, some trustworthy sites online to find albums? Because I'm looking for a few myself. I really, really appreciate you guys watching this content and commenting on these videos. I'm not getting a lot of comments yet. I did have a video I made the other day. I've got 8 comments on that. If you leave a comment down below, I promise you guys I will answer you back. Really appreciate the support. Like I said, turn those bell notifications on. I post a new video each and every single day so you guys know when I'm posting a video. Have a blessed day.